There's always a significant event in someone's life that changes their perspective of it. Ours was joining CERBOTICS.
Maybe none of us realized it at the beginning, but while doing little actions, we started changing people's lives. And when we did, it became our purpose.
Now, what is this invisible yet powerful energy that has pushed us forward in the last 10 years?
Some call it ambition, others say it's merely love. For us, Team CERBOTICS Verb 400, it's the spirit of revolution.
What we learn in first becomes our instrument to revolutionize the world. It has helped generate solutions for our community's needs.
In a short time, our team became a source of support for 17 institutions and charity homes for organizing collection centers of basic goods and school materials.
Our excitement helped the right people to connect, like with Limpiamos Mexico, who came on board to organize a cleaning campaign for a river's dry path. Here, 400 volunteers took action to collect 4 tons of waste.
However, we don't search to do this by ourselves. In every project we do, our community becomes a part of the change.
This was reflected during the pandemic, when we made the most out of our resources to help frontline workers with the shortage of PPE equipment by printing facials from home.
Our project grew into a PPE network, helping 25 hospitals across the nation.
Maybe we haven't reached the ideal number of change we want to make yet, but we know these little actions will turn into a better future in the long run.
It is difficult for everyone to know about everything we try to communicate, so this is when Get Louder comes in, our diffusion plan which allows us to give STEM a spotlight and space in media.
Through 55 appearances, we gave 1.3 million people a big picture of what FIRST is. Because there is still much more to know, we develop our own initiatives for a deeper impact.
OMG Robots is a creative way where teams from different contexts share their story with the rest of the world. It has reached 6 countries and connected 37 first participant teams.
And with Yen TV, our own online radio program, we're reaching a younger audience by offering a different perspective of what FIRST is.
Now, we have reached the core part of our change, STEM. Even if it isn't treated as a top priority in our country, it represents a solution for our previous list of top issues.
Having this in mind, we maintain a constant communication with our local and state government by creating projects that reach all kids without any kind of distinctions.
We develop Think It, didactic low-cost toys which serve as a tool for kids to learn science and technology in a fun way while discovering a new interest.
In a year, a simple idea that first reached museums and charity homes from our city went further than we expected, escalating to 2 other states in Mexico by collaborating with El Semáforo Se Aprende.
And even surpassing frontiers all the way to South America. Think It became a sustainable solution and a tool for the structural diffusion of projects like STEM Reaction.
A project which divides our city by detecting spaces where STEM education is hard to access. We will start by drawing the attention from any neighborhood with show-offs and expositions.
There, you will find information about the next stage, the STEM Hubs, Center for people to go and receive free robotics courses. And following this first approach, the STEM Hub will be the permanent meeting point for kids to join a FIRST team.
But as we continued with the diffusion of STEM, we noticed we weren't reaching to all of our community. This is when we decided to take action and started empowering girls, giving them a way to explore the paths science and technology could offer.
Inside our school, we started hosting all-girls science camps, and with STEM girls, we built a supportive community between women from 28 FIRST teams.
And through our podcast, Genias, where successful women share their stories and serve as role model for younger girls, we reach our whole community.
But our team's journey for an inclusive FIRST environment goes 6 years back in time, when we started working with Delight, a school for deaf students, by imparting robotics courses.
At the same time we taught them about FIRST, we learned Mexican Sign Language from them. And after a lot of work, this year, we started CERBOTICS, the first FTC team composed of deaf students.
At the end, we get to the place where we started. First, every single revolution we have given is a result of the influence we have received.
As we build a bigger FIRST community, young people become more than an attendee or viewers. They are the future change makers.
Alliances with other teams are essential for this. Leading into the raising awareness of the educational issues, with Team 6652, we developed the initiative FIRST Youth.
With this, we guide schools and organizations interested in starting a FIRST team, helping with the registration process and providing manuals and mentorship.
On lockdown, we couldn't just sit back and wait for it to be over for us to continue. We saw this as an opportunity for everyone to learn and grow.
That's why we created the FIRST Warm-Up, an event where expert teams gave free online conferences about technical and non-technical subjects.
We didn't know if a large-scale project ran from our homes could succeed, but we were proven wrong when in its 2 editions, 78 teams from 7 different countries joined us.
But our impact goes way even further than that. Having the opportunity to compete against 195 teams by representing our country in the first global challenge.
Besides making information accessible and reachable for those who surpass the language frontier, we took the opportunity of being the only Spanish-speaking team translator of official FRC documentation.
We help grow the number of people involved in FIRST by providing mentorships and being accessible, So the next step for a bigger community are first events.
These events not only serve as a way for teams to demonstrate what they're capable of, they raise awareness of what robotics is on a national scale.
In the last 3 years, we have hosted 13. During the pandemic, we pulled through FRC and FTC remote events, helping to sustain competition season in Mexico.
Thanks to this, we became host of both the Laguna FTC Regional and the National Championship this year, giving a spotlight to this community.
All revolutions are different. Each one has a purpose, a momentum that allows it to continue in the path.
Ours begins from a city in the middle of the desert and finishes in the people we impact.
CERBOTICS is not a team, not a person. It is an essence that has conquered millions of people around the world.
And CERBOTICS has no expiration date. It is kept in the heart of mentors, students, and everyone who followed this revolution for 4,400 years.